We're very excited to introduce a new electronic reporting method for LMOP partners. And over the next few slides, I'll talk about our voluntary data collection, what data we collect, what e-GGRT is for anyone that doesn't already use it, and the next steps for partners regarding this electronic reporting. So kind of as a background, LMOP updates our database by direct communication with partners. And in the past, we have sent partners an email with Excel spreadsheets attached that include the records we have on landfills and energy projects that the partner is involved in. So you can see an example of these Excel sheets on the right side of the screen there. And in the past, the partners will review these Excel sheets, update any information within, and then email them back to LMOP. And the data we receive back from partners is used to update the LMOP database. But starting this summer, we will transition to electronic reporting of these same data elements in the e-GGRT system. And e-GGRT is a web-based system for annual reporting to the Greenhouse Gas Reporting Program. The MSW landfills that meet reporting threshold, they report to Greenhouse Gas Reporting Program subpart HH. So LMOP is adding a voluntary module within e-GGRT for our partners to provide data about landfills and landfill gas energy projects. And using this system that already exists and that many of our partners are already using will streamline and improve the efficiency of providing LMOP data. So that is the change happening in our partner data reporting. We are moving away from the emailed Excel sheets to the new e-GGRT system. In the next slides, I'll discuss how this will work for LMOP partners. So the basics of reporting LMOP data in e-GGRT. First, LMOP will invite the partner points of contact to access the specific LMOP module in e-GGRT. If you're already an e-GGRT user, you will not need to set up a new account. You can use the one you already have, which I think will be very efficient and easy for you. The new users will go through a fairly simple standard registration process. So once the user has access, you will review and update the data on your projects. This data you will be reviewing will be pre-populated with the data that is already in our LMOP database, so you will not have to re-enter any old data. And the idea is that each year, partners will log into e-GGRT and review their projects and make whatever changes or data updates are necessary. All right, so some of the two options available for who does the actual reviewing and reporting of the data in e-GGRT. So option A is for the LMOP partner to review and update the data. So this is how we will start off, by inviting the main point of contact that we have listed for each LMOP partner. And this will work well for those LMOP partners that only have a few projects that they're involved with. So maybe a landfill owner organization that would just be reporting on whatever project is operating at their landfill. But option B utilizes a really great functionality of the e-GGRT system. The initial point of contact invited to e-GGRT by LMOP, they can add delegates to report on their project. And a delegate can be someone within your organization or outside your organization, such as a contractor. And this delegation occurs on a project-by-project basis. So if you're a partner that has many projects at many landfills, you can invite delegates and assign them to specific projects for data reviewing and updating. All right, so another new concept that comes along with this electronic reporting is the primary partner for data reporting. And as I said earlier, we have over 1,100 LMOP partners. And of course, there can be many partners involved with one landfill gas energy project, such as the landfill owner, the project developer, the end user, etc. And to streamline and simplify the data reporting so that we're not getting multiple reports and asking many people for the same information, LMOP will assign one of the involved partners in each project to be the primary partner. And we have made some initial selections of the primary partners for all of the projects. and we will email you in the next month if you have been assigned as a primary partner. So what will it mean if you are a primary partner? Basically, it means you will be the one responsible for providing data updates on the project within e-GGRT. So there is flexibility here. If you are not involved in the project anymore, for example, the project ownership was sold to another organization, you can let us know and we can easily reassign the primary partner role to another LMOP partner. And further, if you are assigned as a primary partner, but maybe you don't know all of the details about the landfill or the landfill energy project, you can always delegate this review and data update to other people. So this works really well if you're an LMOP partner that has a lot of projects assigned to you. And then I'm sure some of you, especially the landfill owners, might be thinking, but I already report to Subpart HH. What does all this mean to me? Well, there is no duplication of data collected between LMOP and Subpart HH. LMOP regularly updates our database with the data reported to Greenhouse Gas Reporting Program. So where the data points overlap, LMOP will not ask you to provide this data again. Further, the LMOP module in Subpart HH will remain separate in e-GGRT, and we'll be mindful of those reporting deadlines to Greenhouse Gas Reporting Program each year so that we're not overwhelming you with data collection. All right. And here's another slide to show you some comparison between the LMOP data collection and the Subpart HH data collected. So LMOP focuses more on the energy project data information, whereas greenhouse gas reporting focuses on landfill emissions. LMOP will request data in e-GGRT annually, just like Subpart HH does, but LMOP is a voluntary partnership program, so our data updates are requested from partners, whereas the Subpart HH data is required reporting for those landfills that meet the threshold. All right, and I know that's a lot of information I've already kind of thrown at you introducing this new topic, so that's mostly it for the day. And I know this may sound complicated to a lot of you, especially the ones that have never used e-GGRT before, but we'll be here to help you every step of the way. We will have some other webinars to help explain how to use e-GGRT once we get closer to opening up the reporting period, and we'll provide any phone or email assistance we can. And once you're logged into e-GGRT, there is only one web page of data to review for each project. And again, we will already have the data pre-populated to speed up your review of the data when you're looking at each project. All right, and lastly, just want to reiterate why we were making this change to electronic reporting. We hope it will streamline the data collection process for you and allow a lot more accurate data on landfills and landfill gas energy projects to be available to all in our LMOP database. And we hope, as our partners, you will embrace this new process and share your landfill and project data with us, as it is part of the LMOP partnership agreement to update us on your project details. And most importantly, at LMOP, we really want to be able to accurately highlight the important accomplishments and achievements you have made in creating renewable energy and reducing methane emissions. And providing this data regularly helps us do that. Okay, so we can go through any questions. We'll see what we have in the chat box. And it looks like there's not many yet, so if you have a question, please type it in there. I may have talked fast. I can talk through things again. So I'll let you think about any questions you might have, and I'll read this first one. So, how would we add an upcoming project to the map? How would we send the info to LMOP? Well, that is a great question. So I guess, I can broaden this question a little bit. How would you let us know about a change to a data point or, how could we get it onto the map, you can just email us and let us know or give us a call. So if this is a brand new project that we've never, heard of before, that would be a great addition to add. So yeah, certainly send me an email, or like I said, give me a call. We can get the vital information on it from you, and then add it to the database files in the map with our next update.
Lauren, do you want to talk about timing?
Yeah, so about the e-GGRT system rollout, we're hoping to have it available this summer, probably late summer. And, the next steps, I have some next steps on the following slide. But it'll mainly be look out for some emails from us with timing and, announcing who the upcoming primary partners are.
Okay. There's another question that's come in. How do I get to the e-GGRT reporting module? Will LMOP email me a link?
That is another good question. So e-GGRT is a system that's already been set up and in use by many reporters of emissions data. So it has its own website that we will certainly email out a link for. But before you can jump in there and start reporting data, you have to be invited by us, by LMOP. So you'll get that invitation in your email.
So another question that's come in is, how do you pick the primary partner?
Yes, so as I said, how do I pick a primary partner? This is a flexible concept, and this is really created for those projects where there are many LMOP partners involved. So that could be, like I said, the landfill owner, the developer, the end user, and we mainly looked at who is already an LMOP partner, who has regularly provided data to us in the past, and then it also helps if that partner already has an e-GGRT user. That may be an easier way to get the data reporting done. So it is flexible, and we made kind of a first attempt at assigning these primary partners, but we can flex it around as we get started with all of this.
So another question's come in that if I'm new to e-GGRT, I haven't used it before. I mean, first question is your training available online?
Is there training available online? I think there is, some basic steps you can look at on the e-GGRT site about how to register and how to, see what you're assigned to. We will certainly be having another webinar to show how to enter in all of the LMOP data into e-GGRT. So be on the lookout for that if you are a reporting partner.
Okay, and another participant has sent in a question, if I need more help, can you call me?
Definitely, or you can call me too. We can set up a time to talk one-on-one. I can do another type of screen share to show you the system and talk you through the data reporting. But yes, please give me a call. We are here to help you out. All right.
Okay.
Well, that was super efficient, I think, on our end. And I have a couple more slides to talk through. That looks like all of the questions. There we go. So next steps, please stay on the lookout for emails from LMOP to confirm the correct point of contact in your organization. So, many of you were invited to this webinar via our listserv message, so we know that point of contact works. But if perhaps there's another person at your organization that would be a better contact for electronic reporting, please feel free to let me know, and I can email them directly. This maybe could be a more technical person that knows the landfill gas data, data points that we're looking for, or it could be someone that's already an e-GGRT user. That would be great to have, to get in contact with them initially. And then, further on in the next coming months, again, be on the lookout for emails from us about timeline, next steps, primary partner assignments, and those instructions for e-GGRT.